This year I want to do weekly updates instead of the monthly wrap up because those tend to be way too long. So I'm going to be going from the first though because you know that first little half week of the month doesn't count even though I did read. So far I have finished 8 books, 5 audiobooks, 2 physical books, and 1 ebook. The first book that I finished was The Heaven and Earth Grocery Store, and I really enjoyed that. I highly recommend this book. There's a lot of things that are great about it. So that was the first one. The second one was That Night at the Library, and that one was okay. So that's a maybe. The next one was Intercepts. That was very good, very spooky. I did a review on that. I do recommend it if horror is your thing. It was very good. The next 2 together would be Stamped for Kids and the regular version of Stamped. Highly, highly recommend those. They're very good, very lots of information, and I think they should be required. The next one that I finished was That's Not My Name. Yes, this was a YA thriller that I pretty much finished in one sitting. So absolutely, yes. The next one was The Fox Wife. Yes, I really enjoyed this book. It was so good, so beautiful. Absolutely, yes. The next one was The Witches. I'm going to do a separate review on this. I'm going to say maybe. I enjoyed it, but it's a maybe. It's only if you're very interested in this. And so maybe. So those are the 8 books that I finished so far. Now I'm going to tell you about what I'm going to be reading over the next week. I am participating in Winterween. I will put a graphic up here. It's a readathon that's being done through on Instagram. I posted something about it earlier about my hopefuls. I think that there's like 5 on there that I want to read. So far, I've started The Missing Boatman. I am not very far in. I think maybe 30%. It's a pretty long book. It's interesting. It reminds me of The Sopranos, kind of. So I'm enjoying it so far. We'll see. The next one, I've barely started Winterset Hollow. I think I'm like 5% in. So it's very much at the beginning. And the third one that I've started for the Winterween is Mr. Mercedes. I'm about 100 pages in. This is the first Stephen King book that I've read in a very long time. So it's interesting. I'm enjoying it, but it's interesting. Let's just say that. I'm also finishing up The Hitchcock Hotel. I have about 100 pages left of that book. I think I will finish it either today or tomorrow. And I am enjoying that book very much. And I, just as like kind of like a palate cleanser, I'm very, very slowly reading Wildfire just to have something that's not full of gore or horror or whatever. And it's okay so far. So that's what I read last week and what I plan to read for this next week. Happy reading.